Ever wondered why people act the way they do in relationships? It's a question that has intrigued humans for centuries, sparking countless discussions and arguments, launching a myriad of studies and research, and inspiring countless books and articles. One such book is Games People Play: The Psychology of Human Relationships by Eric Berne. Eric Berne was no ordinary author. Born in the early 20th century, he was a psychiatrist by profession and a thinker by nature. He was fascinated by human behavior, and this fascination led him to develop a new branch of psychotherapy known as transactional analysis. This was a revolutionary approach to understanding human behavior, breaking down the complex machinations of human relationships into understandable, relatable terms. Berne's book, Games People Play: The Psychology of Human Relationships, was a product of this fascination and his groundbreaking work in transactional analysis. Published in the mid-1960s, it quickly became a bestseller despite being met with a fair share of academic criticism. But why did it resonate so deeply with the public? What was it about this book that captured the imagination of so many? Perhaps it was because Berne's book didn't just present theories, it presented a mirror. It reflected the intricacies of human relationships in a way that was easy to understand and relate to. It made people take a long, hard look at their own relationships and question why they behaved the way they did. It was a book that, for many, was a revelation. Eric Berne didn't just write a book, he started a conversation about why we behave the way we do in relationships, about the games we play with each other, consciously or unconsciously. A conversation that, to this day, continues to intrigue and fascinate us. So, let's delve into this fascinating book, shall we? Published in 1964, Games People Play quickly captured the public's attention. Penned by the insightful psychiatrist Eric Berne, this book delved into the fascinating world of human relationships and the psychological games we often play within them. Its unique and compelling narrative style, combined with its thought-provoking content, made it an instant hit among readers worldwide. The book's success was quite remarkable. In an era when psychology was often considered a complex and inaccessible field, Games People Play managed to break down these barriers. It simplified the intricate subject of human psychology and presented it in a relatable and understandable manner. Berne's model of transactional analysis, the theory that underpinned the book, was made accessible to not just psychologists and scholars, but also to everyday people curious about the workings of their own mind and the minds of those around them. In a short span of time, the book climbed the bestseller lists. Its popularity was not limited to any specific demographic or geographical region. It resonated with readers from all walks of life, across continents. The themes it explored were universal, shedding light on the intricate psychological dynamics that govern our interactions and relationships. In fact, Games People Play is often credited with popularizing the concept of transactional analysis. It brought this model, which was largely confined to academic circles, into the public domain. It sparked conversations and debates, prompting people to evaluate their own relationships and behaviors through the lens of Berne's theories. Yet, despite its widespread appeal and success, Games People Play was not without its share of controversy. The book's unconventional approach towards psychoanalysis and its interpretation of human behavior drew criticism from the academic community. Some argued that Berne's theories oversimplified complex psychological phenomena, while others found his ideas too radical and unorthodox. However, not everyone was completely on board with Berne's theories. As we will see in the next scene, the book's journey was not without its fair share of critiques and controversies. Despite its popularity, Games People Play did not escape academic scrutiny. Like any groundbreaking work, it ruffled some feathers within the scholarly community, particularly regarding the psychoanalytic theories it brought to the table. The first point of contention was Berne's model of transactional analysis itself. While some lauded it for its practicality and ease of understanding, others criticized it for its oversimplification of complex human interactions. They argued that by reducing human relationships to simple transactions, Berne neglected the nuances that make each interaction unique and meaningful. Additionally, the book faced criticism for its perceived lack of empirical evidence. Critics noted that much of Berne's theories were based on his observations and interpretations, rather than rigorous scientific research. This led to questions surrounding the validity and reliability of his claims. with some even suggesting that the book was more anecdotal than academic. Another critique was directed towards Berne's depiction of certain games. Some scholars felt that Berne's interpretations were overly negative, painting a bleak picture of human relationships as a series of manipulative exchanges. They believed this could potentially lead readers to view their own interactions through a lens of suspicion and cynicism. Lastly, the book's accessibility, while a strength in reaching a wide audience, was also a point of criticism. Some academics felt that by popularizing complex psychological concepts, Berne may have inadvertently trivialized the depth and seriousness of the field. They argued that psychology, with its intricacies and complexities, should not be reduced to catchy phrases and easy-to-digest concepts. Despite these critiques, it's important to remember that no work is without its flaws. Even with its criticisms, Games People Play was revolutionary in making psychology accessible to the masses. It introduced a new way of understanding human relationships. And for that, it remains a significant work within the field. But Berne's work still managed to leave a significant impact on psychology and human relationships. Over time, Games People Play has proven to be more than just a bestseller. It has become a cornerstone in the field of psychology, transcending its initial popularity to solidify its place in the annals of influential literature. When Eric Berne first penned this book in the mid-60s, he perhaps didn't anticipate the far-reaching influence it would have. His book didn't merely sell copies, it popularized a whole new model of understanding human interaction, the transactional analysis model. This model, with its simple yet profound insights, has since been embraced by psychologists and lay people alike, becoming a staple in the discourse of human relationships. The transactional analysis model hinges on the idea that social transactions can be broken down into distinct, analyzable units. It suggests that our interactions are not random or haphazard, but rather, they follow predictable patterns that can be understood and, if needed, adjusted. This concept was novel at the time of the book's publication, and it resonated with a wide audience that was hungry for insights into the complexities of their relationships. Beyond its impact on psychology, Games People Play also carved out a new niche in the literary landscape. It stands as one of the first pop psychology books, making complex psychological theories accessible to the general public. It demystified psychology, showing that it wasn't just a subject for academics and professionals, but was relevant and useful for everyone. The impact of Games People Play has endured, rippling through the decades. It has sparked countless discussions, inspired further research, and helped countless people better understand their relationships. Its influence continues to be felt, and its ideas continue to be explored and applied in various fields. In essence, Games People Play did more than just present a new theory. It shifted perspectives, opened dialogues, and brought psychology to the masses. It broke down barriers between academia and the public, proving that psychology could be both deep and widely accessible. Indeed, the book has made a lasting contribution to our understanding of human relationships. So what are the key takeaways from Games People Play? Peeling back the layers of our interactions, this book unveils the games we play in our relationships, consciously or not. Eric Berne, in his groundbreaking work, presents us with the concept of transactional analysis, a theory that our social exchanges can be broken down into distinct, predictable interactions. He further categorizes these into three ego states: the parent, the adult, and the child, each with its unique voice and approach. The parent, he suggests, is the source of our ingrained, often unconscious patterns of behavior. It's the voice that scolds, advises, nurtures, and sometimes commands. The adult, on the other hand, is our rational self, the part that processes information and makes decisions based on reality. The child, the final ego state, is the source of our emotions, our creativity, and at times, our rebellious spirit. Berne's book also introduces us to an array of social games that we engage in, often without realizing it. These games, he suggests, are repetitive and predictable patterns of behavior that we fall into, often driven by our unconscious needs or desires. They can range from benign and harmless to destructive and damaging, but they all serve a purpose, whether it's to seek attention, gain power, or avoid intimacy. Despite its academic criticisms, Games People Play has had a significant impact on the field of psychology, particularly in the areas of social and relationship dynamics. It has opened our eyes to the complexity of our interactions, helping us understand why we act the way we do, and how our behavior affects those around us. It's a book that transcends the confines of academia, reaching out to a broader audience and offering valuable insights into our everyday lives. In the grand scheme of things, games people play has undeniably changed how we view and understand our interactions with others. It's a fascinating exploration of the games we play, the roles we adopt, and the masks we wear in the grand theater of human relationships.